Okay. Oh. I have thought I heard something. No, I have my pants unbuttoned because I just ate and I'm stuffed. That's besides the point. Okay. Let me start it over. Hey y'all, it's Aaliyah. Welcome back and thank you for tuning in again. If you're new, subscribe and join the family. You already know when I got that book out, then I'm gonna give y'all some tips and stuff on some things. Today's video is going to be pros and cons of Macaroon. And I have 6 points for pros and 6 points for cons. Before we dive straight in the video, the reason why I'm doing the pros and cons of Macaroon is because I created a poll in my community tab and I had you guys choose between what video you wanted to see first. I was gonna make both of the videos anyway, but I just wanted to see what you guys wanted to see first. I will be making posts or polls a lot on the community tab, so keep up with me because that's how I know what you guys want to see. You guys don't necessarily really have to comment. Well, you guys can always say you can comment videos you want me to make and put them in the comments if you want to, but for the most part I'm just making polls and you just decide which video you want to go up first. So that's just how I kind of know, for me to know that you guys aren't getting bored, or that I'm informing you guys well, and that you guys are liking the content that I'm making. That's all. So just keep up to date with me on the community tab like you've been. First point that I put on here for Macaroon is a boost in energy. I wasn't as sluggish as I used to be, and I was a little bit more active and a little bit more awake. That's why I told you guys, if you want to start taking Macaroon, to take it in the morning time so that you're energized throughout the day. Because if you take it before you go to bed, then you will be up all night, because that happened to me at first with this particular pill. It does give you a boost of energy, so I would highly recommend for you to, when you wake up, so that you're not taking it at night. And if you take it at night, then you're going to be up all night. Side note, these are the pros and cons for me. Some of these cons might be pros for you guys, and some of these pros might be cons for you guys. I noticed that I have high blood pressure. I also have I'm low in iron. I always, like, every year or two, I always go to the doctor and get my 4-hour B12 infusions and stuff like that. So I noticed, like, the first month I started taking Macaroon, that I guess I'm just assuming I don't have a thing to check my blood pressure, but I kind of like know the signs and when it's normal, and then the signs when I know it's getting high. And so I noticed when I started taking Macaroon, it may have reduced my blood pressure, because I started getting less headaches. I started getting less hot flashes and stuff like that. I wouldn't say hot flashes because I'm not old enough to hit menopause. I don't know if young people can get hot flashes, but sometimes I'll just get hot out of nowhere, or like throughout the day I'll always be super hot, and everybody else will be like, they'll either be like cold or they'll either be like cool, like they chilling. But me, I used to always be so hot. That's how I know, you know, my blood, or my blood is low and stuff, or too hot or something. But I noticed that first month that I started taking it, I haven't really noticed many headaches, and I'm telling you, I get headaches frequently, so I haven't really noticed many headaches. So that was one good thing. And then I also haven't noticed me always being hot. It helps gain weight, obviously. That's why I was taking it, because it's a great thing to use when you're trying to gain weight. Dang, my bad, my boyfriend in there on the game. Very, very obvious. It helped me gain weight. As you guys seen on my last update of taking Macaroon, I think I was about 123, but now I think I'm like 127. Oh yeah, another good thing is it also not only helps you gain weight, but actually the weight sticks to you. So I know, like, when I started taking the 𝐵𝑒𝑑𝑖𝑚 along like 2017, I think, it helped me gain weight, but it didn't stick to me because I wasn't consistent with the 𝐵𝑒𝑑𝑖𝑚. Like, I stopped taking the 𝐵𝑒𝑑𝑖𝑚 and I noticed that my weight had dropped drastically. So the difference between that and this, when I was taking Macaroon, it actually stuck to me. I haven't taken Macaroon in about a month because I kind of stopped, like, just laid off of it a little bit because I'm kind of at the goal weight that I wanted. With Macaroon, I haven't taken it in a month, and I'm a little bit over than what I was when I stopped taking it. So that's really, really, really good. Number 4 for a pro is that the pills don't have a taste, which is wonderful, because the pill was really powdery, so I was afraid that the powder on the pill was going to have a specific taste to it, but it didn't. Even when I opened up the capsule and put it inside my 𝐻𝑒𝑚𝑚𝑃𝑆 Plus drinks, it tastes like nothing. And you can even open the capsule, dip your finger in the powder, and put it on your tongue, and it doesn't taste like anything, which is a really, really good pro to me. Because my thing is, if I want to be consistent with something like that, like taking pills or something like that, I at least want it to have a taste. Because if you guys know me, or may not, you may be new to my channel, I hate taking pills. Been hating taking them since I was young. I just hate it. Like, if I get sick and I have to take a pill to make myself feel better, sometimes I won't even take the medicine. I just rather let my body fight it off. That's how much I hate pills. I'd rather suffer than take a pill. But it's really great that that pill didn't have no taste, because, you know, some pills have taste. I already hate taking pills, but then the fact that it has a nasty taste, it's just gotta get cut off. But what kept me on Macaroon for so long is that the capsules were able to be opened and I could put it in my drinks, and that the pills had no taste. Like, the powder had no taste. So that was a very big plus for a girl like me. Another good pro, this is number 5, is that they have different substances. So not only can you just take Macaroon pills, but they also have different types of Macaroons for different types of things. So do your research on what you want to use the Macaroon for, because you might get one that don't benefit as much as the other type of Macaroon does. Another thing is that they don't just have pills. Like I said, they have different substances. So they have powders that you can get, like you can order, or you can go to your local Walmart, CVS, or I think maybe African stores, or really anywhere. They have them in like corner stores too, like in the vitamin section. You can not only just have the pill, but you can have the powdered kind. Number 6, the last pro that I have on here, definitely not the last pro, but the last pro that I've noticed that's actually stood out was skin. So I don't know if you guys know, well, you probably don't know, because I haven't did these videos yet, but I really want to, on when I was taking birth control and why I stopped taking birth control. So the birth control pill that I was on, it helps reduce acne, which was great. I think a year or two back, I've been taking it for about a couple of years now, and my acne's been non-existent due to the birth control. But recently, at the beginning of this year, or at the end of last year, I stopped taking my birth control, and all my acne came back. You know, because the birth control reduced the acne, but then I stopped taking the birth control, and, you know, my acne came back. So I'm like, oh, but this is what my face would look like if I would never took birth. But I noticed a couple of months back when I started taking Macaroon, my acne started disappearing. And I actually researched it, and it said that Macaroon really does help with acne, and I had no idea because I was just taking it for weight gain. So I was researching on that side of the perspective of that prospect of the Macaroon. Never knew that. But I noticed, I was like, damn, my skin is super clear. And I'll get like a bump here and there because of my periods every month. But for the most part, I was like, fuck, my skin is really smooth. And I looked it up, and it had a whole like bunch of articles stating that yes, Macaroon does help reduce acne, and that's why a lot of countries or something use it for prescribed medicines and all this. I was like, wow, I did not know that. Got a pimple right here just because I just got off my cycle, and I get periods during my cycle and before my cycle, but they'll disappear. But for the most part, I noticed my skin has looked really good. So I'm letting you guys know, if you want to take it to help with your skin, do so. Everybody's experiences are different, and I'm just coming on here and telling you guys what happened to me and what helped for me and what didn't help for me, things of that sort. But I'm letting you guys know right now that these pros are what I noticed, and these cons are also what I noticed to me and while I was taking Macaroon. So before I state these cons, I just wanted to disclaim that, because some of these cons are cons for me, but I noticed a lot of women take the Macaroon for the pro of the cons that I'm about to say. Just a little disclaimer before you go off in the comments saying, well, that part's not a con, because that's what I started taking it for. Like I said before, Macaroon is used for different types of beneficiaries, and the reason why I took it was mainly to gain weight. But some people take it for other reasons, which is why I'm about to get into the cons, because y'all's reasons for taking it may be different from my reasons for taking it. First con I have is it increases fertility. Now, a lot of women struggle with pregnancy and conceiving. So I know that a lot of people and a lot of doctors recommend people to take Macaroon to increase fertility. That was just a con for me, because I've been with my boyfriend for a minute, and sometimes we do things without protection, and it's kind of calm for me because, you know, of course, I'm more fertile than usual. And you girl, I almost slipped up one time. And if you guys haven't seen my ab workout video, in the beginning of that video, I gave a story time on how I had my first pregnancy scare. During that time, I was taking Macaroon, so I was really scared because I know my fertility was increased, and something weird happened that has never happened before while I was taking Macaroon. So it does increase fertility, and number 2 is it also increases libido, whatever the fuck the word is. It means sex drives, and increases your sex drive. And that was a con for me also, because this kind of ties to the first one with the fertility. Just for me, it just kind of sucks that sex drive is increasing, and at the same time I'm extra fertile, and it's like, wow, that's a bad mix for a person who's not trying to conceive. But if you are, like I said, it could be a pro for you. But for me, it was a con. So I'm just letting the girls know who aren't trying to take it for this to watch out for this. Third con is that, I'm not gonna lie, it takes longer to gain the weight than it would if like you were taking a 𝐵𝑖𝑟𝑒, because the 𝐵𝑖𝑟𝑒 works like that. But when I started taking Macaroon, like I said, I noticed a difference like week after week. I did a series on it week after week, but it was like a pound or a half a pound. But overall, at the end of the month, when I stopped taking it, I went back. Well, I didn't even have to go back. I calculated my weight at the end of the month when I stopped taking it, and in total in that first month I gained 10 pounds. So it took me a month to gain 10 pounds versus another way of gaining weight. It might happen a little quicker. It definitely takes a longer time to see a change. Now I will say this, a lot of girls who was watching my series was telling me that, hey, it's been a month now and I haven't seen any change in body weight or anything like that. Well, the first thing I did was recommend them is to watch my video on how to gain weight from the Macaroon. So things that you should know while you're taking Macaroon, so you're just not thinking that it comes easy, because there definitely is some things that you should put behind trying to gain weight with the Macaroon. So it does work definitely, but it just takes a little bit longer. Another con is, I think like if you take too many, you might catch like food poisoning or end up throwing it up. I remember this one specific week where I think I was taking 2 or 3 a day consistently, and then out of nowhere I kind of just threw it back up one day. Looked it up and it said that you can't overdose on Macaroon, or you can't, you know, do this. But I think what I did was I was taking the Macaroon, but I wasn't eating throughout the day. Make sure you're eating while you're taking this, because I just basically was taking too many of them, but I wasn't keeping up with my calorie intake. Another 5, the con is, the catch about them having the powders is that I haven't tasted the powder. I haven't tasted the powders myself, but I see a lot of bad reviews and comments, tons of comments all over my videos, and even other videos on YouTube about Macaroon and them having the powder, and the powders being fucking gross. So that's a big con, because some people like me who don't like pills, if they were to transition to the powder, it'd be disgusting. Powders are gross. So that's a huge con. That's why I didn't switch over to the powder. I would rather swallow a tasteless pill than have a fucking gross substance in my food or in my smoothie. So yeah, that's a huge con. I know for a fact it's not gonna work if you're not being consistent or not doing any of the tips that I recommended you guys to do. You guys can go watch my other videos for the things that you need to be doing while you're taking Macaroon if you're not seeing a change. I did a video specifically for that, because some girls are taking the Macaroon and saying that they're not seeing any weight gain, but it's because that you may not be doing certain things, and that's for the gaining weight part. I'm not speaking on the conceiving part. As far as if you're wanting to take Macaroon to gain weight and you see that it's been a month plus and you haven't seen a difference, you're doing things wrong. So go watch my video on what you need to be adding to the mix while you're taking the Macaroon so that you can see some changes. It's been a month or 2 since I've uploaded. I just started a new job and haven't really had much time to make YouTube videos, because I want to put a lot into my YouTube video, and I don't want to just throw something up and not be into it. So I just wanted to do it when I actually felt like it. So that's why I've been gone. Just been a little bit tired. When I was making those videos consistent, I didn't have a job. I told you guys I lost my job due to COVID, but I found another one. So that's why I haven't been uploading, because I was just kind of getting settling into the new job and stuff like that. So yeah, I have a long list of videos I need to make for y'all. Like I said, I took like a 2-month break. Sorry, I started a new job. I was so exhausted. But yeah, that's it for this video, and I hope you guys really enjoyed. Stay tuned for my next one, and if you made it to the end of this video and you're not yet subscribed, what are you waiting on? You made it to the end. Obviously you like me enough, because if I didn't like somebody, I would have definitely cut off the video by now. But anyway, subscribe, join the family, and if you're returning again, thank you for tuning in again, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. I hope these pros and cons really give an eye open out to you guys if you're trying to take Macaroon, or if you're taking Macaroon right now. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for tuning in again, and yeah, it was nice talking to you guys. But I don't wanna come back down. Wait, it's just like it.